my nerves is bad because I really was walking into this season with blind loyalty to my girl, K. Michelle. And I know I say this every review, but it hits me harder and harder in the chest every review because I love me some K. Michelle, y'all. If it's your first time here, she from Memphis, I'm from Memphis. We went to the same high school, years apart, but we went to the same high school. There is a parasocial relationship in my head. And I have always loved me some K. Michelle. Through the bopping bitches with flowers, through the, you was supposed to come in here, I was supposed to come in here, it's supposed to be llamas and monkeys. You know I like animals. It's supposed to be Jack Daniels. I still love me some K. Michelle. I do. Ooh. However, she is making it real hard to root for her. Cause what's going on, babe? Babe, do you need a hug? She needs a friend. Somebody fly. Jessica's in Atlanta. Somebody called Jessica Dime in to give this girl a hug and a pep talk. My sister is in need. My sister is not well. Let's start this review, y'all. The confusion that occurred in this episode, and I was so confused, I rewatched it. Like the whole episode. I rewatched the whole episode right after I watched it the first time. Usually I wait a day or two before I watch it again to get some notes, right? I watched it right after because I was like, was I on my phone? Was Melina talking to me? Was I making a grocery list? I don't know what happened. I don't know what's had me distracted. And then I rewatched it and I was like, oh, you weren't distracted, dear. It was just craziness. It was just craziness. So let's get it popping. We start back on the bus headed to dinner. Portia says, this is what Portia is saying that, I ain't gonna lie, Kelly made me laugh. She said, Portia, you done boop, sucked and scissored everything in Atlanta. Dude, Kelly ain't that one thing. Because, hey, who knows? It was funny. And Portia's reply was, girl, you tried to censor me. And that's when Kelly was like, girl, that hot chili cheese, what she say, Frito pie, whatever she said. Basically, your cooch stank. Ain't nobody trying to get that. And then, as if the girl ain't just say Portia cooch stank, she don't want it, Portia proceeds to tell us how when they was coming from Grenada, they had their layover in Miami. Oh, wait. No, because they was talking, they said wrong. Girl, you could have took a shower. Portia said, and all I could see in my head was that meme where you just see the back of a person hunched over a seat with their leg up. Portia said she was taking a bath, okay? She was just splashing a little water. And I'm like, girl, I have never understood a whole bath. Do we not have running water? Is there not a shower to step into? Why are we not? A shower don't take no time. You can get in and out the shower in under 5 minutes and be clean. Why are we taking no bath? I feel like it take more time to be careful and not splash soap and water everywhere. Well, you could have just hopped in the shower. But anywho, Portia said while she was taking a bath, Kelly came and peeked over and said, ooh, I want some of that. It made me laugh because who knows what the truth is. But what I do know is even if Kelly said it, I don't think she was serious Because when Portia turning down some head, not Miss one of you just eating me tonight. Not her. Not her. Portia said, have you ever seen a mouse try to climb a lioness? A troll is a troll trying to climb a tree. Cynthia said Kelly legs ain't gonna be able to wrap around Portia ass. I was cracking up, y'all. So yes, I was cracking up because I'm like, Portia would have got her head if she really was serious. So directly after this argument, they started talking about the Rose toy, the toy. And they all going around, ooh, girl, I can't even use that thing. Ooh, girl, I'm 30 seconds and I'm out. Shamia said, girl, I went to bed. I had to throw that thing out. Huh? We didn't even know all that. we didn't even know all that. Pineapples. K. Michelle is gagged that they was just arguing and tearing each other down, and now they back to kicking it and having fun. And I'm like, okay, this is season like 17 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. It's like literally like season 17. You know what the premise of this show is. You know that these girls don't stay mad and always physically fight. It happens, but it's not the norm. So her being like, oh, I can't get with that. You've watched this show. You are a fan. You rallied to get on this show. Please don't act like you don't see what the premise is. These girls go and hang out and intentionally hang out. Carlos King let us know, which we kind of already knew if we were avid watchers of Love and Hip Hop. He confirmed that on Love and Hip Hop, they would just have a call time, get to set, and they don't know who they're meeting with that day. You know what I mean? They don't know who they're meeting with that day. But on Real Housewives, we see them intentionally going to each other's homes. The functions be at their homes. They send out text invites. You know who you're going to see. We see this. We've seen it for 17 seasons, Kay. Why are we surprised that this is how they operate? Why is nobody prepared? Why? Anywho, let's move on. I keep going on these tangents like I ain't got a book club meeting in 45 minutes that's 30 minutes away. I said, okay, if I can get there by 6:15, that'd be good. Because I know I try to be the first person out in the park in the hot. I need to make sure I take a fan shower. It's going to be hot. I'm going to take my hat in case my roots get crazy. It's going to be hot. So, anywho, where we at with it? Directly after the argument, all these years trying to get on the show, they get to dinner. Cynthia's just like, order whatever, it's on me, Y'all, Pinky is slush. Pinky is done. She goes to the bathroom immediately. As soon as they get out the car, she's like, I gotta pee. She gets to the bathroom. It's more than pee. She had the number 3. Pee, poop, and throw up. Okay? She was in there going through it, it seemed like. So, yeah, I said, girl, you didn't eat nothing. Cynthia took you to a barbecue restaurant and all you got was fries. You didn't get no side salad, nothing. Girl, and you did all that drinking, all them shots. We saw her taking them shots too. So Cynthia goes to check on her and says, asking her if she needs some bread. I said, no bread in the bathroom floor. She was like, nah, girl, just bring me some ginger ale. And Cynthia was like, that's why you should always be nice to people because you don't know who you gonna need. I said, ooh. And then I noticed Shamia and Kelly did not go check on that girl at all, huh? Pinky, I hope you took note at this moment. Not when you're watching it with us. I hope you took note in real time that Shamia nor Kelly is checking on you after you've been out here, windmilling and ready to get jumped behind them. They ain't even come check on you when you was in distress on the bathroom floor. Because what would you do if your friend was in the restaurant crying all alone on the bathroom floor because she's hungry And the only way to feed it is to find some vegan vittles that nobody has apparently. And the tequila is strong. She took too many shots now. All up on the floor now. In and out of lockdown. She got to get a car now. She is vegan. She got to remember these things, y'all. Jesus. So, Cynthia goes back and tells the ladies, okay, Pinky is in distress. So Phaedra's like, yeah, we're gonna leave. We need to leave when she's ready. Cynthia said, yeah, but not now because she is still on the toilet. Okay. Production said, like hell, you're leaving this dinner table. She's got a producer. They'll get a car. Okay. And when they do send Pinky on home, it was upsetting me and my homegirl that she got in that bed fully clothed. Fully clothed. Not just in her outside clothes. On top of those being her outside clothes, and she done sat in a car and went into the restaurant, and she was on the restaurant bathroom floor in those clothes. And she got right in the bed. Right in the bed. People do that? That is insane to me. For one, it's disgusting. Outside clothes, like when you go and you sit in a seat in a restaurant, you don't know how many asses was in that seat. You don't know when the last time those asses had a bath, when the last time the seat been cleaned. You don't know. So for you to go and take that outside ass and just being into your bed, onto and into your bed, crazy work. Crazy work. And then too, when you're drunk, I don't want nothing on me. Baby, I'm going to get completely naked. The makeup will still be on because who has the time for all that? But I'm getting everything off of me and getting in the bed. Somebody put a trash can next to me. Okay? Got in the bed fully clothed. I was disgusted. Angela is disturbed. And what's going on? She said, what is happening? Dang, everybody drunk, acting crazy. Kay get to drinking and she crying. Wait, have we got that yet? Oh, this was later. Was this later? Kay get to drinking and she crying. Pinky get drunk and she throwing up. Portia get drunk. She might get her husband. Hilarious. So the food gets there and somebody had ordered oysters. Then we have this random moment. Portia was like, let me check the oysters. Let me check the oysters. Everybody is confused. Everybody. Including me as a viewer. I'm like, what is she doing? Why she just, what's happening? And then she said, that vagina is clean. I was like, huh? And then she said, that one's got a scent to it, or something along those lines. And they show Kelly, and I was like, oh, this is her being silly with Kelly, because Kelly said she had hot Frito chili cheese pie smelling pookie, you know? So I was like, oh, this is her, like, you know, being like, girl, your jabs ain't doing nothing. I laugh at that and toss it to the side. That's where it came from when they showed Kelly's face looking lost too. I was like, oh yeah, she did say her thing, okay? Well, that's not where everybody's mind went. Maybe only half of the minds went there, because the other half were confused. And then K Michelle felt like that was for her. That bullet was for her. I said, Housewife, what is happening? This girl goes back to marriage boot camp days. Now listen, I love me some marriage boot camp. I watched all my peoples on there. I watched K Michelle season. I watched Jessica Dime season. Y'all know I always quote that. Soldier, I can beat your ass. They was about to tear Soldier Boy down. They was about to tear Soldier Boy down. Don't you talk to my neck like that. What's wrong with you? Boy, I can beat your ass. God, that was funny. So, yes, y'all. Yes. They home from they went to go get Potbelly. I can hear my daughter. So Yeah, I don't even remember where I was. How am I talking about Jessica? Oh, marriage boot camp. K. Michelle is bringing up where somebody way back in the day, almost 8 years ago, almost 10 years ago, somebody said her stank. So she feels like this is Portia taking a jab at her about that. Okay, Michelle, just stab me right in the heart. Why don't you? You make it real hard to root for you because that's just it's just so far of a reach. Because one, that wasn't even a rumor that went that wide. It wasn't. It really wasn't. It was really like the viewers of that show and maybe the viewers of that network saw that rumor through blogs and stuff because of algorithms. But it wasn't even like a huge thing where it was just like a worldwide rumor that people doing TikToks or Instagram reels about or whatever was popping at that time. Vines. Like, girl. So I was so confused. And then the fact that it was 8 years old. And then it's like, you weren't even on the show then. So why would you think that she would remember that to take this dig at you at this moment? It just felt like such a reach. Because Portia is not slick when she shades somebody. Portia will sit in your face and look you in your eyes and shade you. So the fact that Kay thought that was a shot, I was like, but what is happening right now? The world collectively was like, like, I'm concerned for your critical thinking skills if you feel like Portia was taking a shot at K. Michelle. I'm very concerned with your critical thinking skills. I am. Because A plus B equals fish. How do we get here? How do we get here? So, she's triggered. And she needs to go see the lady. Kay is still mad at Drew because she feels like Drew is always bringing Black up and trying to basically put him on her body count. I say, what? So we just hopping from one delusion to the next. One in her head, one in, she gonna say it out loud. I said, wow. Okay, what is happening? Drew only mentioned once that that's your friend, you his friend, and that's because you was real familiar when you walked up. And you were. You were real familiar. It wasn't far-fetched to be like, oh, y'all know each other, y'all friends. You walked up and you was real familiar. So it was just, it's weird that Kay is looking for a moment. She's looking for the moment, and she got it in Drew. She got it in Drew, child. Sadly enough, we'll get there. We'll get there. Meanwhile, I got a new name for her, y'all. I got a new name for Shamir. Shamiserable is down there with childish side comments all while Drew is talking. Oh, she acted like she didn't care. She was on the phone with him for hours. She cares if he was in somebody else's DMs. And Kay is just kind of like, girl, when everybody walk out, Kay tells her she needs to stop. Kay tells her she needs to stop being shady. They was trying to have a kumbaya moment, and she's trying to start new beefs. I said, not K. Michelle being the one that gotta get you together. She tells her, this is K. Michelle tells, she asks Shamia, have you ever, you ain't grow up in the hood, huh? You ain't never been in the hood, huh? You need to get dropped off in the hood. I said, this is code for if you play with me like that, you might get popped in the mouth. That's what I heard. Is that what y'all heard? Because that's what I heard. I hope that's what Shamia heard. I hope that's what she heard. So it's breakfast time. Everybody's down there eating. K. Michelle is the only one not there. The ladies are wondering, where's Kay? And they're saying, Kay, where's Kay? Kay comes down the stairs like Eeyore, baby, just straight moping. I'm like, what is happening? They ask her what's wrong. You know how that just triggers tears once people start, feigning concern type deal. So she bursts out crying. They all, oh my God, Kay, what's wrong? I said, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. We don't do that here. This is Housewives. What are we crying about? Ain't nobody even did nothing to you. That was the part that blew me. She is basically saying, y'all plotting on me. It's people in this group plotting on me, and I can't laugh and sit up in your face being friendly when you plotting on me. You dirty, low down, dirty monkey with a wig on. I can't believe, and you know who you are. You know who you are. Angela's like, who knows? Do I know? I don't know. Candy, what's happening? I don't know. What is happening? And so everybody's calling her. It annoyed me. Portia is comforting her. Girl, tell me who did it. You know, basically saying, girl, if I need to fight your battles for you, I will. Tell me who did it. And Kay just still sitting there, crazy looking. And Portia was like, even if it's me, tell me. Because what's happening right now? It's crazy, child. It's just really crazy. So, Portia says she feels responsible because she brought her into this group, you know? So, the whole time, Kay is in a confessional stand and she's talking about Portia. That annoyed me because confronted head on. She's right there. Everybody's concerned. When Portia said, even if it's me, tell me, that was your cue to be like, actually, it is you. Well, since you mentioned it, well, it is, babe. We'll talk about something, anything, everything. So, yeah, there was that. We see basically the two teams break up. The losing team, that'll be Kelly, Shamia, Pinky. Is Pinky over there? Yeah. Kelly, Shamia, Pinky, K. Michelle. She's telling them how she feels like it's Portia, blue, 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 debriefing them on what happened. Somebody called her and said this was the plot. She went to Kelly and Shamia and told them, but it wasn't them who said it to her. I said, right. The winning team, Portia, Angela, Phaedra, who else over there? And Drew? Was Drew in there? I don't think Drew was in there, but she part of the winning team too. Was Drew in there? So they in there kind of trying to figure out what's going on too. They are suspecting that Shamia is the bottom of it, which I was cracking up about. And I don't think they wrong. Because later on when we see, you know, her talking about, oh, she didn't clear my neck, Kelly was stone-faced, like, I ain't see nothing. I don't know what they talking about. I don't even remember what they talking about. Oh, that's cold fire. I'm not finna rat on my girl. I'm not finna lie, and I'm not finna rat on my girl. That's what that was. But yeah, it seems like even if Shamia wasn't the one to introduce this rumor, she probably definitely egged it on. That's what I'm getting. Child, why Phaedra said, well, K. Michelle mad? Check her Twitter. And lo and behold, they see that 3 hours prior, she was on there with the Twitter fingers. They're all annoyed and confused because, girl, we sitting right here. This was before she even came down to breakfast. So, what are we doing here? Outside, K. Michelle says that she is still traumatized about the stank cat rumor. Ma'am, it's not like your ex Idris Elba said your cat stank. Some rapper that I can't even remember who he was, what he rapped, or nothing said it. This wasn't even something that you should have brought back up for people to look up, for them to put a blog up or something. Like, are we okay? Have some shame. Tuck it away. If it was confronted, then address it. But just to introduce your own dirt from 8 years ago, with not even dirt, rumors on yourself from 8 years ago. I was confused at the motivation behind that. I really was. Yeah. I truly hate when the cast try to beat the ops on spilling their own tea. It's giving when Monique on Real Housewives of Potomac brought it to the cameras that allegedly Giselle and them was plotting on starting rumors that the youngest son wasn't Chris's. And it's like, girl, we would have never known that if you didn't bring it to the camera. Are you okay? So Shamia and her cheeks, they are fed up. She calls for a house meeting. Now, mind you, they supposed to be getting ready for Cynthia's gala. Shamia, in this very scantily clad thong bikini, marches around. Everybody meeting. She's shaking some cash. Grab my back. Me, I'm like, wow. Walking around with this thong. Cynthia's like, I'm mesmerized by the ass. I can't see nothing past the ass. I don't know what you're talking about because ass. I said, yeah, that's about all I see too, child. That's all I see too. So, Drew, Shamia is wanting for K. Michelle to clear her name because she knows that the ladies are blaming her and suspecting her. So she wants K. Michelle to tell everybody all at once that it wasn't me who told you anything, okay? K. Michelle stands 10 toes down that it was somebody who gave her a call. She only informed them afterwards. Okay. So yeah, y'all. K. Michelle, Shamia and K. Michelle are both being plotted on. Portia and I are confused. Who, what, when, and why? Okay. Kay says that she is not ready to talk about it. But Shamia was going on about just because you don't like me don't mean you can always suspect me or this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. It was just a lot of going on. K. Michelle then turns to Drew and is mad that Drew is constantly trying to bring up black in association with her. Drew is like, huh? Huh? I am too. And, when it started off, Drew was kind of, real chill and real relaxed. So when the argument gets tough, Drew scoots off to the edge of her seat like, not about to get up, but like, hey, type deal. Well, scoot up then. Well, scoot up. I said, square up, ho. Why is it contestant? Scoot up, ho. Well, scoot up. That's what it made me think of, y'all. They both stand up, they arguing. Don't you ever come at me like that. I don't know you. Oh my gosh. K. Michelle said, ain't no TLC over here. It's Yo Gotti and Tupac. I said, well, ain't nobody worried about you in that basement. Drew said, but that's my life. But that's my life. And I'm like, K. Michelle is so, the lack of self-awareness is crazy work. Because what people are really tired of is you talking about rolling out this country music album and having all these butt reversal surgeries that you've been talking about since the last time you was on reality TV years ago. So the nerve of K. Michelle to say that somebody else's storyline is tiring. I was flabbergasted. And this is my girl. This is my girl. But I was flabbergasted. Eventually, the ladies get in between them. And, they settle on down. Drew goes inside the house. And, she really may as well have stayed right where she went inside that house because she barely makes it to Cynthia's gala. Okay? She said she had a headache, so she was going to be, lagging behind a bit. Okay? They get dressed in their gowns. Cynthia has somebody come out to drape them in diamonds and jewels, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in jewelry. So naturally, they had a police escort. I'm sure they had some on-body security at that party because, excuse me, how much money we wearing on us? It is your job to watch this necklace on my neck. You follow me around and look at this jewelry all night. If it slips, you need to be able to retrace my steps. That is your whole job, okay? Because I can't pay for this $2 million necklace. I can pay a few hundred for security for the night. Your whole job. Here and here. Here and here. Don't play. So, yeah, they had police escort with all this money on their neck and ears and wrists. And they are an hour away from where it's going to be. This also upset me and my homegirl, but look at Shamia's body. Did she get her body? Did she get a BBL? Not me being allergic to Shamia being naked. Maybe she did get a baby. Maybe that's not. It was like really bad. You asked that. So at first I didn't think she got a BBL. At first I just was like, oh, maybe she just got lipo. So she gets all the fat from everywhere else sucked out. I think that's what Portia do. I feel like Portia gains enough weight where she don't have to put nothing in her ass. But if she keep taking away from everywhere else, she done had lipo 360, everything but the booty 3 times, yeah, that thing's starting to look BBL-ish too. But I mean, it ain't crazy. I'm still looking. I'm still looking. It starts storming, y'all. Oh my God, there's a moment of frantics. They're like, oh, I don't know how this gonna go. It's raining. Child, the event planner calls her and he is sobbing on the phone. I said, are y'all being held at gunpoint? What's happening? What's happening here? He's distraught because he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I just want everything to be perfect. And she's just like, ooh, but calm down. We're going to make whatever happen. And then we get to the venue. It's a house. Yeah, it was set up for the backyard, but it's a house. We can easily move it to the inside. Tell the owner you will pay for the cleaning bill. You will have to pay that extra for an inside cleaning bill versus an outside cleaning bill, okay? But girl, just move in the house. It ain't that deep for him to been doing all that damn crying. That man was sobbing. I thought that somebody died. My word. So they get to the party. The party goes great. Cynthia do their little award. They fight for the crown. They break it. They break it. Their men are there. Who was it? Pinky's husband, K. Michelle's husband, and Portia's hired date Mike is there. I said, woo. So when does Sway become the permanent fixture? Because we ain't never seen Mike on the Instagram, but Sway, her and Sway taking PJ to school. They a family over there, okay? They are a family. People say Portia moves. People said Portia, she moves too fast. But people say she has too many people in her kid's life. How old is PJ? Like 6? She ain't on but 2 people. Simon and now Sway. I feel like anybody else wasn't on TV. There wasn't no anybody else. She got divorced on TV. So yeah, Simon and Sway, that ain't bad. That's 2 people. I mean, yeah. It can be worse. I don't feel like PJ in no danger. Hopefully it stays that way. Who knows? Her and Sway might be the real thing. Party goes great. Dancing, partying, drinking. Photos look great. Everybody had a great time. Who was there? Was it Jessie or was it Jessie? One of the Potomac girls were there, and was there. It was just super cute. And as they're walking out, Drew is walking in. She's like, "Are y'all literally leaving?" And they're like, "Yeah, girl, we're literally leaving." Drew, she was like, "Well, at least I made it. I made it, y'all. At least you made it. We see your outfit. We see the beat. Y'all can take some more pictures together. I would have made them come back. We would have to go back and take at least one group picture with me. Y'all all still here. Y'all can take one picture. Come on, picture. Damn. So yeah, y'all. That was the episode. Ooh, that necklace. That snake necklace that Phaedra had. Ooh. That made my spine tingle. I said, listen here, going down. I said, ooh. That was a sexy piece of jewelry. All right, that is the episode. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video. What else? Subscribe, like, comment, share it. Share it with your peoples. Y'all, stop playing with me. I'm right on time to get to the book club meeting at the time, to leave. Right on time to leave for the book club meeting that I intended to leave. All right, y'all. Be easy and like the video. Bye.